Hi, are you here to learn about presentation skills in your elevator pitch? Would you like to know what not to do? Well, hopefully you will see some significant difference from my other videos because I've tried really hard to make examples of what not to do. The first one is don't be in somebody's face. So the screen is way too close. Okay, way too close. And I'm sitting here as if, well, I'll just sit and talk to them. I'll just prop my head up and I'll just talk to them. I'm sorry, but that doesn't work. And the other thing about this particular bit, so my face is too close. I've propping my head up. I've got a downward sort of attitude, and I'm looking down at you. You don't want to look down at clients. No way do you want to look down at clients. It's not fair. It's intimidating. They don't feel comfortable. They won't open up to you. So, shall we see if we can put some of it right, and then I'll show you some more, some more of the things that I've done wrong. So first things first is you want some distance. And the second one is you want to be positive and presentable. And then the third one is you want to be, hopefully this will work, you want to be at eye level or slightly up. So the camera, you want to be slightly up above your eye level. Now I'm on a different chair, which normally this is all set up for me. But hopefully you now feel less intimidated of having me fully face at you. So that's the start. There's more to come. You will be amazed how many people, coaches and clients that I speak to who, and believe you me, I've had to try really hard, who have got this going on. Okay, it's not easy to pay attention to somebody when there's so much clutter around them. And there's one thing you can't see. Oh, if I just sit here a minute, I'll be able to point it out to you. Okay, so what's wrong with this picture? First things first, that's driving me up the wall is this is washing. Okay, so I can move the washing out the way. I'll get rid of it. The next thing is, as I sit here, people are going to spend time trying to read what's on that label. All right, I've had to go and dig it out. What's on the label? Well, I'll tell you what's on the label. There is always time for a glass of wine. I don't drink wine, but there's always time for a glass of wine. In this house, it's gin. But try not to have anything written. My cactus is really struggling to be healthy. It's not good to have dead plants. It's bad feng shui. Whoops, nearly fell off my chair then. The next thing is I've got dirty pots. And then I've just got clutter. Just stuff. And it doesn't need to be like that at all. Not at all. So think about your background. All right, really important to think about your background when it comes to presenting. You don't have to go out and buy green screens, especially if you've got hair like mine. Green screens just do not work because my hair is spiky-ish. And when you put a green screen on, it just sort of molds it all and it just looks so false. Even with a blurred background, it doesn't work. So you don't have to go and buy screens. You don't need them. You don't need them. Just pay attention. Now, my kitchen, in fact, I'll show you a little bit. Let me see if I can unplug everything and show you. And you'll see that I've got quite a few areas in a busy room So let's, forgetting about the washing, let me see if I can just move it. Oh, dearly. I've got quite a nice little corner here without the washing. It's got a plant and crystals. Let me see if I can move this. Like I say, I had to do all sorts to help you, to show you what not to do. I've got crystals going on and all sorts. So there's a nice little corner here. I've got a big corner going on here. However, the disadvantage to this is it's got a picture of me, and I don't particularly want that showing. So think about your family photos, think about the certificates. Can you read them? So I don't use this corner very much. And if you're just wondering what it says, I will tell you. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Winnie the Pooh. Right, you don't want things growing out of your head. Have I got an example? Let me see if I can show you around here. So, like I say, I've got clutter everywhere. I'm actually quite a tidy person, but I had to make it cluttery for you. You don't want to be stuck with something like this, because it looks like you've got a tower growing out your head, or you've got something going through your head. You don't want that at all. And, you know, clutter, is it tidy clutter? So this is my tea and coffee. Is that appropriate or inappropriate? I've piled everything up over there, but this is my favorite spot. I'm here. It's got a nice little corner. I take that down. I put a nice plant there, and it's a nice plainish background. I've got nothing particularly growing out of my head, and it works. And there's me apples and stuff. So do think about it. There's nothing worse than putting off doing your filming because you're procrastinating, because it means you've got to tidy up, or it means that you've got to get the screens out and put the lights on. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of that at all. You just need a nice, decent, bright light and a little stand, even if it's a couple of files, and just sit quietly in a corner. This is my favorite spot. Feng Shui is a Brandon thing. Feng Shui. I've got 3 doors in my kitchen. You might have seen them. One into the lounge, one into the garden, one into the utility room. If you sit with your back to the door, whichever door, how can you welcome clients in? So if you have your own little office and you've got your back to the door, how can you welcome clients in? And if you can't turn your desk round, which is preferable, if you can't turn your desk round, put a mirror on the wall so that you can see them coming. Okay, random bit of information for you. So presentation skills, speak, add variety to your voice. So hopefully you will have seen some of my other videos and you will hear me sort of say, and we shouldn't do that. And you've got, and we did this. You've got movement, your voice is going up and down. You've got high, low, because sometimes I talk to you like this, don't I? So do think about that. Think about that really, really creatively. You want to keep your listeners' attention, your viewers' attention. You want them to not be distracted by all that stuff that I've had to put at the end of the kitchen. So random video, but brilliant examples of what not to do. All right. I can't avoid the glare of my glasses because I use Microsoft and I have to wear glasses, otherwise I can't see anything. But that might be the only thing that I could improve on, is thinking about wearing contact lenses, which doesn't really appeal. But if you've got any suggestions, email me and tell me, because I'd love to find out. And I understand that the Apple screens don't glare quite the same as Microsoft screens. But let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to know. All right. So that's your presentation skills. Now I've moved everything around. I've lost the piece of paper that I need. So let me just put you on pause 1 second while I go and find it, and then we'll resume and start again. So let me just pause you 1 second. Right, I'm back again. Sorry about that. I managed to bash my hand in the process, but never mind, because I'd moved my stand and everything down that end. So had the workbook gone, but never mind. We're back here now. Right, so those are lots of things what not to do when you are presenting or recording. People buy from people they know, so try and spend time on screen because they want that eye contact, they want to hear your voice, they want to see what your body language is like, they want to like you, they want to know you. And you've just had a random walk round my kitchen, so you've got to know a little bit more about me. Okay, my kitchen really isn't this messy. I've had to do it purposely for you, I promise. So your voice is really important. Up and down. I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and she said, I really wanted to do that ladies course, but her voice is like this and doesn't change. It never goes up or down, and it's just one long continuous talk, and she talks with no intonation. I can't even do it. I'm trying really hard, but I can't do it. Add some life. Add some life to you. Add some life to your voice. Add some life to the words that you use. Add some life to your facial expressions, because it all contributes to building that know, like, and trust. And I'm sure if you've watched my other videos, you will be 1.5 hours in. Hopefully you're getting to know me and realize this is just who I am. Clothing is important as well. If you're going to move like I do quite a bit, try to avoid thin stripes because they pixelate or they do something strange. Try and wear your brand colours, even if your client doesn't know, you know you're being professional, that you're presenting yourself. For those of you that do or don't wear makeup, is it essential? No, it's not essential. Be comfortable. Yes, if you experience dark rings around your eyes, you might want to add a little bit of foundation. I have a bit of foundation because if you meet me in person, I'm quite red on my cheeks and nose here. So I have a little bit of foundation and I have some lipstick on. And that's it. I've got no eyeshadow. I've not done anything with my eyebrows, no mascara, nothing. I've done my hair, obviously, and I'm sitting here talking to you very comfortably because my normal day, I'm like this. Yeah, without the foundation. I have put the foundation on just for you. Okay, so I was asked to do one about presentation skills. You want your eyes about down the screen, about a third of the way down the screen. You don't want plants growing out of the top of your head. You don't want piles of washing. You don't want piles of clutter. Mine's quite tidy at this end because I put it all at that end. And you want to change your voice. So hopefully that's given you some fantastic presentation skills on what to do and how to do it. I record everything on Zoom, and then I send it out. Then how to get the recording out. So there is something like WeTransfer or Jumbo Mail, or you can put it into Google Docs and then give them the link to access. There's lots of ways you can transfer big styles. Okay, right. So the other half of this presentation is about your elevator pitch. Okay, what is an elevator pitch, Stephanie? Well, the story goes like this. You're in the elevator and you've got 60 seconds from this floor to that floor to tell the person who you are, what you do and how you do it, to get them interested enough to want to know more, so that they either stay on the elevator or you can give them your business card to continue the conversation. Okay, so the aim of the elevator pitch is to share that leads to more questions. because that's the conversation that you'll enter into for them to get to know you, to build that know, like, and trust, and people buy from people they know. All right? Hope all that makes sense. So, how to create an elevator pitch. Right. I help to achieve by. That's the 3 bits. So, let's fill it out. I help who? Hopefully, you'll have watched the introduction to the 12 steps to your online business, your business service. And I talk about the ideal client. Who is your ideal client? What is your niche? Who is your product for? Who is your program, your course for? So I help. Right. So in my instance, I help new coaches. That's all I need to say, new coaches. So you might help, let's think of an example. I help parents with children under 5. Okay, let's see where we go. So I help whoever your ideal client is. The next important bit is to achieve. What do you help them achieve? So I help new coaches to launch their course, to design and launch their course. So to achieve what? I help new coaches to design and launch their course. So we were talking about young people. I help parents with children under 5 to achieve quiet meal times. Okay. And then the final bit is by. B-Y, by. I help to achieve by. So let's go with mine. I help new coaches to design and launch their course by using the focus method and launch in 90 days or less. That's it. That's the whole thing, because you've only got 60 seconds. So if we do the example of the parents, I help parents of young children to have quiet meal times by showing tools and techniques for quiet eating. I'm making it up. Okay. I help who to achieve what by doing what or how. Okay. So I'm going to keep repeating it. I help. So this is your ideal client to achieve. That's the benefit of working with you. The benefit of working with you. By is a very brief overview of your offer. Really brief overview of your offer. So let's think of, I can think of another example. Did I have some? Here we go. Here's some worked examples. I help introverted, quiet, sensitive women entrepreneurs come out of hiding and market themselves with confidence so they can grow their audience and get clients 100% on their terms. Now, this person who wrote this has tweaked it so that it goes smoothly as a sentence. So the I help to achieve by could be I help to achieve so they can. And that's what that coach used. Another one, I teach coaches, consultants, and course creators how to implement effective strategies to gain clients and scale their business to 5 figures and beyond. So I teach coaches, consultants, and course creators. I help coaches, courses, and consultants and course creators how to implement effective strategies to gain clients and scale their business. So if you've never done a value proposition or an I help statement or an elevator pitch, if you've never done one, there is a bit of flexibility in I help to achieve by. It's as simple as that. I help who to achieve what by doing what. That's the offer bit. It's something that you would recite willingly off the top of your head. It's something that you're confident with. It's something that you base everything around, because that's what your offer is. That's what your product is about. Here's another one. I help mums in service-based businesses like coaches, consultants, and photographers attract consistent clients by honing their message and improving their marketing and sales skills. I help to achieve by. So I help new coaches to design and launch their coaching project. Sorry, my mind's gone blank. I help new coaches to design and launch their coaching course in 90 days or less. That's it. That's all I need to do. My whole business is around that bit. I help new coaches to design and launch their course in 90 days or less. That's my I help statement. And then everything I do is around that. It's my 90-day pitch, because it leaves that, well, how do you do that? Well, what do you focus on? Well, which coaches do you talk with? Which course creators do you talk with? It leaves the conversation open that they want to ask questions. It doesn't give them everything. It's not too detailed, but it's detailed enough that if it's something they're looking for, they'll want to know more. So I help new coaches. Well, how new? Have they been in business for a year? Are they brand new? Have they never done it? Have they got the coaching skills to design and create their course? Well, how do you do that then? What's included in that? Well, why would they do a course? Is it online? Is it in person? Is it group? Is it one-to-one? I help new coaches design and create their course in 90 days or less. Well, how do you do that then? 90 days? Can you do it quicker? Oh, you said or less, didn't you? 90 days or less. Well, why does it have to take 90 days? Could I do it in 14 days? What systems do I have to have in place to make that happen? How important? What? Yeah. So the elevator pitch, you've got 60 seconds as if you were in an elevator from going from one floor to the next, and your ideal client is standing there, and you've got 60 seconds to tell them, and it leaves them wanting to know more. Now then, I keep repeating, I help to achieve by. There is a tweak on that. I help to achieve so they can. 3 very, very powerful words. It's the outcome, so they can. So I help parents of young children to eat all their vegetables so they can grow strong. There's all sorts of ways. It's the so they can, really, really powerful. So hopefully we had an interesting tour around my kitchen, didn't we? A very interesting tour around my kitchen. about presentation and what to think about and what not to do. And we've ended up with the elevator pitch, which is the 60 seconds I help to achieve by. Now then, genuine offer. If you would like me to have a look at your I help statement, just take a note of my email address and send it through, and I will give you feedback. I'm very happy to do that. So get in touch with me at stephanie@stephaniethompsoncoaching.com. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your feedback. Walking around the kitchen might not have been a good idea for those that suffer from seasickness type stuff, but you know, we have to go with the flow sometimes. So I apologize if you went a bit dizzy. I was going a bit dizzy at this end too. You look after yourselves. I've waffled so that you can copy down my email address, stephanie@stephaniethompsoncoaching.com. If you want me to have a read of your I help statement, I would be more than happy. You look after yourself, and I'll see you on the next and last video. Chat soon. Bye.